morning students. Today's topic is IFRS. What is the meaning of IFRS? International Financial Reporting Standards. What is IFRS and what is the need of IFRS and what are the advantages of IFRS? We will discuss all these things in detail today. Okay, let's see. IFRS refers to International Financial Reporting Standards. Okay, and these standards are issued by International Accounting Standard. Means IFRS are the standards which are issued by the International Accounting Standards, that is called IASB. IFRS also cover wide range of accounting standards. Very wide range of accounting standards is covered by the IASB. Okay. Now we will understand these accounting standards means IASB, or B means board, that controls, that sees each and everything of IFRS, and issued by International Accounting Standard Committee. And there is a committee of IASB which is called IASC, means International Accounting Standard Committee. Okay, this is the introduction of IFRS. But we should understand, before understanding anything, what is the need of IFRS. Students, when any accountant does the accounting work, he uses the accounting method of his country. In the same way, other countries' accountants also use their accounting method of their country. At that time, when they are going to compare one country's accounts to other countries' accounts, at that time there is a great deviation, and at that time comparability would be very difficult. What is the need of comparing? One country is comparing to another country. What is the need for comparison? This type of comparison. So we should understand every business is growing. Any business can grow higher and higher day by day. At that time, they need the foreign capital also. And foreign investors can see all the accounting information which is provided by the one country's company. Okay. At that time they will feel problem, because accounting methods are different in both the countries. So to remove all this type of problem, IFRS is required, is needed. Now we will understand what are the assumptions of IFRS. Let's see. Going concern assumption. When we prepare the accounting as per the IFRS, at that time IFRS assume that the business will continue. It is forever. And the other assumption in IFRS is accrual assumption. Means there are some expenses in business which are called outstanding prepaid expenses, and in the same way there are some incomes accrued income and unearned income. All these type of transactions will be mentioned in the IFRS. And the third assumption is the measuring unit assumption. Means when we are going to purchase some goods, that goods will be called measuring unit consumption. At that time they assume the whole unit as a measuring unit assumption. Now we will see constant purchasing power assumption. It means when any business will continue, it will purchase goods. 100% goods will be needed for operation of any business. When they purchase, after that they can sell. So constant purchasing will be there in business. It will be assumed as per the IFRS. Okay, International Financial Reporting Standards. Okay. Now, after understanding this, there are some points were noticed. At that time, IFRS is needed, becomes very compulsory. Let's see. The first point is, what is the need of IFRS? Easy access to global capital market. When any company wants to do the work as international company at that time, easy access, because every business want to increase itself, at that time they need global capital also, and global investors can trust, they will trust only on accounting information which are provided on the basis of IFRS. Okay, so all those accounts which are on the basis of IFRS can be trusted by the international investors. After trusting on the information, financial statements, they can think about investing their money in your company. So at that time IFRS is needed. Now the second point is easy to make comparison. Any investor, it doesn't matter he is foreigner or Indian, every investor firstly want to compare the financial statement. After that, investor can know where he should invest his money. In the same way, if we need foreign capital, a foreign investor will also compare the financial statement of different companies. At that time, if one company's financial statement are not prepared on the basis of IFRS, they will never interested to invest their money in that company, because they will be unable to compare. So it is very important and very compulsory also to prepare the accounts on the basis of IFRS, so that foreign investors may be able to compare and can think to invest their money. Okay. Now, third point, uniformity in financial reporting. There is an uniformity when all the companies prepare, all the countries' company companies prepare the accounts on the basis of IFRS. So there is very easy way. There is very easy way to compare all the things, because all the things are prepared and accepted by all the people. So IFRS is widely accepted, internationally accepted. And the fourth point, low cost of capital raised abroad. Some companies prepare two types of accounts. One is on the basis of their country's accounting standards, and because they want to take some funds from other companies, other countries, at that time they also prepare the accounts on the basis of IFRS. It will increase their cost. So if we prepare the accounts only on the IFRS basis, at that time the lower cost of capital raised. Okay. Now the fifth point, true and fair valuation of asset. As you know, other accounting standards say that we should show assets on the historical basis. But in IFRS, in this method of accounting, businessman or any company can show the accounts on the fair value, on the actual value. Means true and fair valuation of assets can be shown in this method, and other methods cannot allow this. So their picture of actual financing picture is not true and is not clear. But the accounts prepared on the basis of IFRS show true and fair valuation of asset. Okay. And the sixth point is difficult to commit fraud and manipulate accounting. Because these accounting standards are very difficult, so there is very few chances to do the fraud and manipulation of accounts. Okay. Now after understanding the need of IFRS, we will see what are the benefits of IFRS. Benefits are just like the need. You can understand the first point, helpful to enterprises operating globally. Any enterprise have the facility to compare globally. They can compare each and everything. If accounts are prepared on the basis of IFRS, it will help to all the enterprises who are operating globally. But if any company, if any organization is doing business within the geographical boundary, at that time there is no need to prepare the accounts on the basis of IFRS, but our business is big. At that time, if we are doing the work globally, accounts on the basis of IFRS should be prepared. And the second point, helpful to investors. When global investors see and compare all the accounting information which are prepared on the basis of IFRS, it will help them. And the third point, help to industry, any industry which is doing the work internationally. At that time, they purchase the goods from other companies. They also need some capital. At that time, this IFRS help all the industry which are working globally. Lower cost raising funds abroad. Same point, if the companies or organization need fund from outside of one country, at that time accounting information should be prepared on the IFRS and helpful to accounting professionals. When accounting professionals see and examine all the accounting information, if accounting information are prepared on the basis of IFRS, at that time it will help all the accounting professionals. True and fair view, because other accounting standards do not allow to show the assets on the fair value, they show on the historical value. But in IFRS, as I have told you, accounting, at the time of accounting, all the assets are shown on the basis of fair value. So it presents a true and fair view of the accounting information. So students, I think you have understood what is IFRS and what is the need of IFRS and how it is beneficial for us. Okay, till then, thank you.